Do any of you remember when you were kids and you would get in trouble a lot and you would get in trouble with a group of friends and then you would go home and whatever parent or legal guardian was there to take care of you, they would look you dead in your eyes and they would say, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you? And if you were a smart child, you would say no. But if you were a little bit slow, you would say yes because that was your best friend for life, even though now you don't speak to each other anymore. What if we kicked it up a notch? Let's close our eyes and paint a scenario. Let's say you and your best friend are not doing good in school, specifically Spanish class. And you, instead of going with option 1, which is get a study group together so that you could actually pass the class, the option 2, which is cheat, option 3, which is beg the teacher to curve the grade, you instead go with option 4, which is kill the teacher.
The Iowa man who admitted to killing his high school Spanish teacher will spend at least 25 years in prison. Jeremy Goodale received his sentence today.
And the judge announced his decision after a second day of victim impact statements in a Fairfield courtroom. KCCI's Bo Bowman listened to the sentencing today. Bo, it was an emotional day in court.
It was, Stacy. It was our first time hearing from Goodale as he sobbed in the Jefferson County courthouse. Then it was Graber family's turn to offer their recommendation to the judge and explain their struggle since she was brutally murdered by 2 of her own students. We'll warn you that some of what you're about to see may be disturbing.
I do want you to know, I pray that you will continue your journey to faith, to find God, and I pray that you will. I pray for your safety and salvation.
Some shreds of forgiveness from Noema Graber's family were given to Jeremy Goodale Wednesday at his sentencing hearing, where he was given a life sentence and will be eligible for parole after serving 25 years in prison for his role in her murder. These same family members spoke at Willard Miller's sentencing. He was the second killer who planned the attack because Graber was failing him in Spanish.
Murdering a teacher to avoid an F. That was apparently enough for you to go along with the crime.
Miller was given a life sentence and 35 years before he's eligible for parole. Judge Sean Chowers, the state and the defense say Miller did not share in the same remorse Goodale now feels.
I know that my words will never be enough, but to Miss Graber and all her family, I'm truly sorry.
Goodale himself spoke to the court expressing that remorse and apologizing to the Graber family, her friends, the community, and his father.
And Dad, I'm sorry that I let you down in so many ways.
After stepping down, still crying, Goodale's nose started to gush blood for several minutes before the hearing was put on pause.
The defendant's got a bloody nose.
As Judge Showers handed down his ruling, he explained how he thought Goodale was more likely to rehabilitate than his co-defendant Miller because of his cooperation and sincerity.
Wish you luck, Mr. Goodale, and hope everybody else in this room can heal as well. We'll close the record.
Miller was sentenced back in July. The two were 16 years old when they killed Graber, and Iowa law doesn't allow juveniles to receive mandatory life sentences. In Miller's sentencing, Judge Showers gave him a mandatory 35 years behind bars before he's eligible for parole. But he told Miller if he was able to, he would have sent him to prison for the rest of his life.
I'm sorry to burst anyone's bubble, but these 2 bastards deserve life in prison. They deserve to be introduced to the wonderful world of the Big Tyrone ride. And if you're somebody who gets mad that I make that joke, guess what? The people who you're having sympathy for killed a teacher because they don't know how to say they want to get Taco Bell in Spanish. It is impossible to have sympathy for a collection of people who don't deserve it. And I don't know why people expect me to do it. Fuck the both of them. It's quite simple. You could have done a little bit better in school and you wouldn't have been in this scenario. You could have done a million other things to help you pass the class. Hell, you should have went to French class and said, you know what? I'm not really feeling like saying hola. I want to know the difference between a croque monsieur and a croque madame because that's the epitome of being a classy individual who knows about the French language. Because doing this, killing your teacher, is not only unproductive, it's fucking psychotic. And you can sit there and cry, you can sit there and apologize. It don't bring nobody back. It don't erase what you did. What will do it is, in my opinion, the option that I always bring up when somebody willingly takes a life and they just don't care about it, and it's for a stupid reason. You get your life taken. I know a lot of people aren't in favor of that. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. But that's how I truly feel about the scenario, because it doesn't really do much of anything to be sitting there and saying, oh, I regret what I did, and in hindsight being 2020, I shouldn't have did. Too bad, so sad. Go sit your ass in that cell until you pass away, and then you can understand what it's like to be cold and not having any warmth and not having any satisfaction, because instead of doing anything to better yourself in the school system, you wanted to take out your fucking teacher. May she rest in absolute peace, knowing that she is finally getting some justice served upon her, and may these two dipshits rest in peace. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. I know I didn't turn my lights on for this other than this dark gloominess, but I know you love looking at me anyway. Mwah. Goodbye.